And when Blake walked in, she seemed nervous and whispered to me, "Is she even human?"
Yeah, we've lost some talk.
Hi and welcome to Flo Some Talk. I'm Syndey Flo, journalist, Hollywood truth teller, and your voice of reason in a town built on delusion. So someone just sent me a Reddit post from 2023 from an insider who was actually present at the set of It Ends With Us. This is really interesting. I'd never seen this before. Also, Hasan Minhaj has a new podcast out. I forgot completely that he was actually in It Ends With Us. He even made a statement about what it was like on set. Now, in this new interview with Prince Harry, he is dragging Taylor Swift into everything. Is there a reason for that? Also, Syndey Sweeney was out and about yesterday in a dress that was completely see-through. I just spoke about how she wants women to show off their assets, and she definitely did. And I was really pleasantly surprised to see that Paris Hilton came out and supported Britney publicly. Anyways, let's get into it. This Reddit post really blew my mind. So this was posted in 2023, as I said, long before It Ends With Us came out. And this is from a person that was actually on set. And in this post, she's reacting to a Do More podcast. Do More is big on Instagram, and they posted a lot from this drama, and they've been accused of many times of being pro Blake Lively. And as this post confirms, that might be true. So this person is saying that pretty peeved at the Do More podcast talking about inside tips from the set of It Ends With Us. I was there, and it's not true. So this is a clip from what Do More talked about in that podcast.
This person wrote in to say Justin was a major to everyone on set, and to top it off, didn't want any feedback from Blake when she had really great input. It got so contentious that they had to rehearse scenes apart with stand-ins. This person is claiming that the studio used Blake's edit. Justin's did test better, but he pissed off Colleen Hoover. That was another thing that I heard, is that Ryan and Blake had paid for their own editor to cut a version of the movie. She sort of strongly suggested that if they don't use her version, this is the rumor, that they wouldn't be able to use Taylor's song. Somebody else says, anonymous, but Justin Baldoni is not the guy he portrays on his podcast. He has a huge ego and it's all about him. Thinks he knows everything. I have friends who have worked with him. Nothing about any of this has surprised us.
So a lot of information there. We know a lot of it is not true. I don't even think I remember that I heard that Blake actually used Taylor as leverage to get her will. She said that she wouldn't put her song in the movie unless she got the final edit. I don't remember reading that anywhere else. Maybe I missed that, or maybe I forgot about it because there's so much going on here. But anyways, this person continues to say, for some context, I'm a working actor in New York, in the New York area and I had the pleasure of working on the movie in the scene she talked about on the podcast. So there was a specific scene that this person was present. She said, not only a huge fan of Colleen Hoover, but the book itself. I was hyper vigilant on the set because it was exciting. I worked the party scene of Alicia's birthday. That was a scene where Jenny Slate, she played Alicia, had a big birthday party, and the entire cast was there. And as spoiled by Do More, Colleen Hoover herself was there. I was maybe the only one who particularly passed out when she came on set. She was in the scene with the background doing her peekaboo for the movie. And then she says, Do More goes on to say, an insider said Justin was flirting with the model the entire day on sets. This is false. He had a flirt with her in the scene when Blake enters and she gets jealous and walks past them. Justin was so nice and barely talking to her in between takes because he was acting and directing a huge scene. Secondly, states Justin sucks as a director and that's because he's an actor. Whoever sent this tip is actually an ass. He was phenomenal, kind and very involved in every shot. He was reviewing footage and he was kind to the background actors. He even said, I started out as a background actor and I wanted to thank you for how important you are in this scene and this movie. He also was always checking in with Colleen, and the sweetest. Takes photos with everyone and honestly seemed like a genuinely amazing human. Lastly, which really threw me, Du reported Colleen was on the set bulking orders and changing things. I actually screamed. I was lucky enough to have talked to Colleen all evening. She hugged me when my eyes bugged out of my head. I looked distressed for a second and she asked if I was okay. And I was like, I just love you and I'm shocked right now. She hugged me and went on to make small talk throughout the entire night. We talked Vanderpump and I saw how excited she was at the casting. She said in regards to Jenny Slate, how cute is she? And when Blake walked in, she seemed nervous and whispered to me, is she even human? At this point, I thought that Colleen Hoover really knew Blake, but apparently it seemed like they weren't that close. Anyways, she turned down having a line because she was too nervous and literally not once made a comment to change the scene or put input in the scene. She's talking about Colleen. Then she took a few pictures with me at the end of the night, which I will definitely post after the movie comes out, or at least after it wraps. Anyway, I'm posting this because it was the first time listening to Dumont that I was there and knew that everything she reported from the source was a whole crock of. Also, if any of you heard this and made you think less of Colleen, Justin, or the movie, don't believe it. Colleen really surprised me in how normal she is. Like you've been friends with her forever, and it just made me like her even more. As for Blake gonna be Blake. This was from 2023. This was before any of the drama actually hit the press, or it maybe started because Dumont was reporting on it. But this person here obviously got an impression of Blake in a very short amount of time. She's A-list energy all the way. Last on set, first off set. Didn't acknowledge anyone around her. Doesn't do photos. I felt like if I stared too long, I might turn into stone or get in trouble somehow. But she truly is remarkable to watch do her thing. Isn't this interesting? This was posted in 2023. So as I said, long before like the mainstream media started picking up and talking about this drama. So thank you, Anne, so much for sending me this. This was so interesting to see. And it also shows that there's so much misinformation out there coming from insiders. I don't know who plants these insiders or sources that are telling their side of the story when they obviously a lot of the times is not true. So again, thank you so much for sending me this. And that brings me to Hasan Minhaj, who's also in the movie. I forgot about that. I like him as a comedian. I think he's quite funny. And now he has a new podcast out where he's interviewing Prince Harry. And I'll get back to that in a second, because then I have to Google his role in It Ends With Us. And I found this comment that he made in September of last year. This was before Blake sued Justin and the Wayfair Party. He told Esquire that I can't speak to other people's experience, but everybody was very professional and cool to me. It was lovely and everybody was lovely. And it's just as disillusioning for me because I'm like, what happened? Wait, what's going on? I mean, he was there quite a lot and he didn't notice that there was anything going on. I wonder if they actually subpoenaed him. And it's funny to me that he didn't notice anything, nothing at all, that there were any awkwardness, nothing. He just said it was really a great set and everyone was cool and what happened and he missed the whole thing. Anyway, so he's interviewing Prince Harry now. And thank you, Matteo, for sending me this clip. So Matteo, who sent me this, asked me, isn't it funny how Hassan is asking Prince Harry about the Taylor Swift feud with Charlie XCX when he was part of It Ends With Us? Maybe it is. I don't know. I just found that clip so funny, so I had to show it to you. So Prince Harry obviously don't know anything about the feud between Taylor Swift and Charlie XCX, which he shows very clearly in this clip.
What do you think of this Charlie XCX Taylor Swift beef?
The what? Oh, no.
No, this is serious, because was Charlie's diss track even a diss track. I mean, to me, Sympathy is a Knife was about something completely different. But then Taylor comes back and I think escalates it with the actually romantic thing. And I'm kind of thinking to myself, is this fair? Or did Charlie draw blood and Taylor had to respond? Sometimes I just think, where do we go from here, you know?
Well,
Yeah. That was kind of cringe to watch and really funny. I love this reaction that he's just like, please, someone help me here. What's going on? Who are these people? I'm sure he knows who Taylor Swift is and probably Charlie XCX as well. But he obviously missed this entire drama and Taylor's album and all the Easter eggs. I think he has enough to deal with in his own life. So there's another article here on Rob Shooter who was saying that now Blake Lively is green with envy as Taylor Swift and Britney Mahomes becomes NFL's new power BFFs. I don't know if I don't know if I believe these stories, but I just find them a little funny, so that's why I'm reporting on it. It says Blake is not loving the rise of Britney Mahomes as Taylor's high-profile game day partner. And insiders say the actress feels like she's been benched. Blake used to be Taylor's go-to for girls' night, glamour, and fun. She was the closest confidant, a source dishes. Now Britney is in all the photos, all the private suites, getting all the attention. Blake is ... adjusting. While Blake adores Taylor's happiness with fiancé Travis Kelce, does she adore that? I don't think she wants her to be happy. She's not the kind of person that wish happiness upon other people. I just have a feeling about that. But anyways, it says that those close to the actress says watching Britney become such a central part of Taylor's public world has sparked a little competitive jealousy. It's not toxic, it's human. A Hollywood insider explains. Blake has always been the one by Taylor's side at big events. Suddenly someone else is sitting in that literal and metaphorical seat. And Britney isn't just a friend. She's a power couple half. Front and center every NFL week. That's a spotlight even Blake can't compete with. So true. Anyways, enough of Blake for this episode now. Let's get over to Syndey Sweeney. As you know, I did quote her the other day when she said that never be afraid to kind of flaunt what you have, flaunt your assets. And that's exactly what she did yesterday. And people are reacting to it in many ways. She showed up in this dress, which is completely see-through. So obviously you see everything going on underneath that dress up here, which is a lot. And of course, she's in the center of this entire gala that was organized by Variety. It was an event for power of women, meaning that it was an event to empower women. And some people were honored. I think she was one of them because she gave a speech as well. But when I look at this dress, I'm like, what are you thinking? I mean, in every photo when she's in the middle, all you can see is that. I feel when you dress like that, you make other people feel a little uncomfortable because it's like, where are you going to look? It's just so much. And I was laughing so hard when I saw this Instagram guy. I follow him. I don't know how to say his name. If it's Blakely Thornton. But he posted this on Instagram where he says, where did all that Bezos bra company money go? So if you missed that, apparently Jeff Bezos is investing in Syndey Sweeney's lingerie company. That happened apparently after she went to their wedding. And now there are rumors out there that even Bezos want her as a Bond girl because he bought, or Amazon bought, the rights to James Bond. They paid £790 million for the rights to the Bond franchise. So anyways, there are reports now that she is one of the favorites, runner-ups for this movie, and that Jeff Bezos invested in her lingerie company. Well, she's obviously not wearing any. So let me know what you think. I was reading some of the comments on this Daily Mail article, and people aren't really that impressed by it. I think when you go to an event, especially only to empower women, I don't think that outfit really works. I think it's stealing the attention from everyone and everything else going on there. And if that's your goal, then fine. But I don't think it's a very strategic way to go around and go about business in Hollywood. But who knows? Maybe it works for Sydney. I might think it is just a little bit too much. Let me know what you think. Also, I was so happy to see that Paris Hilton did post something to support Britney. She said this on X. She posted a photo of her dressed as Britney with her son on her lap. And she says, Phoenix loves his auntie Britney. I had so much fun dressing up as you this year. At Britney Spears, we love you, miss you, and can't wait for you to come over and hang out with me and the babies again soon. That's sweet. I think Britney needs stuff like this now. I was reporting on it yesterday that her friends have been so quiet and silent. And as far as we know, they haven't really contacted her or supported her in public. So this was really nice. All right, that's it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Flawsome Talk. And I'll see you tomorrow. Jag tar en paus så det går bra.
Okej.
Ja.
Vi är färdiga.
Är du färdig?
Flawsome Talk.